Hey guys, it's Nate, aka TheFutAccountant. Welcome back to the channel. The day after EA did something completely against the meta in FC 26, they've dropped an Evo that literally in its name is meant to make the most meta type of player this game offers. A lengthy player. We're talking about the new Evo that dropped in SBCs yesterday. It's just another example of evolutions being insane right now in FC 26. We're going to take a look at all that, and of course, the live World Cup content keeps coming. We should be due some new star performer cards from all the games that happened in the round of 32. That should be pretty soon, I would imagine, maybe today or tomorrow. Of course, we have live PTG upgrades coming today, some of which we'll talk about that happened yesterday as well. And speaking of stuff coming today, we have news from EA that's expected to drop today about our token store. We started to have some questions about these Festival of Football tokens transitioning into Footies tokens. Will it be a separate store? Will they just morph into Footies tokens? We're going to get some news because EA themselves confirmed that it's coming today. Let's talk about it, guys. If you're excited for this one, drop a thumbs up to the video, hype the video, and subscribe if you are new. Now let's get right into it by looking back at yesterday's Sunday content, where we'll start with those PTG upgrades for the Moroccan and French players. For qualifying to the quarterfinals once again, all these cards are getting a 5-star boost, but if they're already 5-5, they're getting another 99 in-game stat. So Koundé yesterday, as one of the cards that got upgraded, went to 5-star because he was 4-4 ahead of time, but Morocco's Brahim Diaz got himself a 99 in-game stat of long passing because he was already 5-star. Same thing for Digne. He was already 5-5, so he got boosted up to 99 agility. Again, like we mentioned, it is not the biggest upgrade this time around for qualifying to the quarterfinals. I mean, 5-5 is a pretty big deal, but it is not as big as a 4th place top plus or a +1 overall. Now, with some of the nations that have won in the World Cup as of yesterday, we are getting ourselves some more very good upgrades. Specifically, Norway's win over Brazil is going to bring this Odegaard card to 5-star. Also, the other Norwegian live card, which is Wolf, he's going to be getting upgraded to 5-star as well, as is the England players. They're going to be going to 5-star today, and if they're already 5-5 like Bukayo Saka is, then they will be getting a 99 in-game stat. Of course, the prices of these cards are up a lot. Jude Bellingham's price is up like crazy because he cooked in that game against Mexico. What a game. Absolute madness. The atmosphere was crazy. The game itself was crazy. We red cards, penalties, just an absolutely mad game. But since Jude Bellingham was the star of the show for England, his card's going like crazy in terms of prices. Same thing with Erling Haaland. Like, this 97 Erling Haaland is up 300,000 to 400,000 coins from where he was yesterday. Actually, he's more up like 500k from where he was, because once again, guys, watching these World Cup games can make you easy coins because people just want to make that real life connection. They see the players on the pitch performing. They want to go use that player in game. It is phenomenal. It is such a good way to trade. If you're like just on the couch watching a game, you see like maybe today for the Spain-Portugal game, there's a whole bunch of players that could cook. Let's say Ronaldo starts cooking today. Cristiano Ronaldo's TOTS card and his other specials will probably start going up. I know we've mentioned this multiple times, but it's a great reminder. Not that you're thinking about FC while you're watching the World Cup, but I'm saying, if you want to use that player, you know their price is going to go up. Try to get on them as fast as you can after a goal or some really good performances turned in one of those World Cup games. Now, speaking of World Cup games that we have today, we've got some big time upgrades on the line. We already mentioned Portugal. We got Portugal and Spain today. Of course, that Ferran Torres and that Pedro Neto are on a collision course for one getting upgraded and one going home and no longer getting upgraded. And of course, you got USA Belgium with all of the conversation going along with that game. Very excited for that one tonight. I got the Joe Scally showdown done. We will be there. So let's keep looking through yesterday's content, though, with a new evolution in the training camp section of the game. Guys, 2 good Evos yesterday. This is the first one. Repeatable twice, the Scoring Sensation Training Camp Evo that takes 1 day to fully complete on a card. Only 1 level as well, so you just start it. Takes 1 day, then you claim it. +7 shooting up to 95, 5-star skills, basically, unless you're way below 3-star skills at 2-star, which would be a big problem, but basically 5-star skills guaranteed. Ping pass base and low driven shot plus up to 3. This is a good chain Evo, if you have maybe a box-to-box midfielder that's 91 or 92 rated that you want to boost the stats on the shooting up to 93 or 94 or 95 even, this is a really, really good Evo. So like this Goretzka here is 92. I can take him up to 93, take him to 93 shooting, and then he's still evolvable because 93 rated cards fit other Evos right now. And I like this as a training camp Evo, so it's free. You just submit it, you wait, you get it done. And I also like that it is repeatable twice. So like this Pogba here, if I really wanted to boost his shooting to 95, I could put him into this Evo twice and boost him up there all the way to 95. So that is a nice one yesterday. Big fan of that. Now let's go to SBCs, where we do have another Evo, but we also have a pretty solid player SBC because once again, meta is the conversation here with this Nico Jackson, not at Bayern, back at Chelsea with 96 pace, 95 dribble, 4-star, 5-star, and yes, he is lengthy. It says controlled, but if you see his stats here, 93 agility and 93 strength with a chemistry style, he would be able to be lengthy. 99 attack positioning, 97 finishing. The rest of his dribbling stats are very good. His physical stats are very good as well, and he's got all the roll plus pluses. It's not a terrible SBC. I'm sure a lot of people like a striker like this who can run in behind, a bit taller, stuff like that. 91, 90, and 89 rated squads to get this Jackson done. That's maybe a bit of the issue. A little bit expensive. 77% downvoted on Footbin. Totally understand that. Is it one that I'm going to be doing? No. But is it a card that I think some people will complete because it's Chelsea, because he can be lengthy and he has 96 pace? You could put Rapid Plus on that card with Finesse, Low Driven, and maybe even Quick Step if you want to go as fast as possible down the pitch or in behind the defense, and you might have yourself a pretty crazy card there, or at least a fun card to try if you're a Chelsea fan or if you're Senegalese. So not a bad SBC. There's still a lot of big names that are leaked for SBCs though that we haven't seen yet, and I'm very curious when those are going to drop. Now also yesterday we had the 1 of 10 89 plus historical icon hero player pick. They just changed it from an 88 plus to an 89 plus. I think the requirements are about the same, 2 90 rated squads, an 89 and an 88. These are fun, but these are all icons and heroes that were released before the 17th of April, which means you're only doing this player pick if you're trying to pack somebody like to Evo. That would be the reason to get this player pick done, which again, for that fodder there, I think there are way better places to spend your fodder right now in this game. Guaranteed player picks for promo cards, player SBCs, and so many other ways to spend your fodder than that historical pick there. But if you're just jonesing for an icon pick, or if you're like trying to pack, like, I don't know, the champions version of Zlatan Ibrahimovic to try to Evo him, then maybe you're going to test this out and you're going to try it. I did a few of these when the first time they came out, but now it's just not worth it. Now, what is worth it is the Evo that we really have to discuss today, guys. The Built for Distance Evo. Like, read all of the descriptions of this Evo and look at the boost of this. This is an Evo that gives lengthy. Now, of course, there's some qualifiers here, but look at this. It boosts agility and strength of a max 93 overall card, up to 91 agility plus 50, by the way, and up to 97 strength plus 60. So they're giving you a bigger strength boost than agility. It does not boost the overall. Again, it's max 93. This is an incredible chain evolution if you're trying to make somebody lengthy, whether they're not lengthy already or whether they are and you just want to increase the strength stat on your card. For an Evo that doesn't boost the overall, it is great. Take a look at this Shaw card right here, right? This is Jaden Shaw, USA National Pride card from, I think, the season pass or one of the objectives from a while ago. She is 5'6", 5-star skills, 4-star weak foot. This card cooked me in a Rivals game like a couple weeks ago. Forgot she was even in the game. Then I got cooked by it, realized her card was really good, right? Stats look pretty good, but needs an upgrade. Notice 90 agility, 84 strength. Right now, she is controlled. She's 5'6", which is the minimum height you can be for a women's card in game to be lengthy. But if she goes into this Evo, she's still a 92 rated, gets plus 13 strength up to 97. The agility goes up to 91, and she becomes lengthy, making her so much faster in game. People this game have been talking about the word lengthy so much. If you don't know what this means, it's basically called an accelerate type. There is explosive, which is like quick step plus really short boosts when you're from a standstill into a sprint. You're really quick off the line. There's controlled, which is in between explosive, and lengthy. And then there is lengthy, which runs the fastest when you're like sprinting at full speed. And lengthy is the most OP in this game. Now, how are you a lengthy card? You have to be 6'1" or 185 centimeters for a men's player, and 5'6" or 165 for a women's player. And the only other combination of stats that you have to worry about is strength and agility. You have to have 4 more strength than agility if you are at that height or above, and you will be lengthy in game. A lot of people like their left mids, right mids, and even all their attackers to be lengthy. A lot of people want their defenders to be lengthy, which makes sense because if you have a very lengthy meta being run everywhere by everybody, then you're going to want lengthy defenders to try to counteract that so that they're pretty fast as well. It is just the most meta way to create cards in this game. And EA, again, like we said, a day after saying, play with different formations so that you don't just use the meta one all the time, drops an Evo that helps us create a very, very meta card. Now, who I'm going to put into this is a bit of a different one. I'm going to put a card that's already lengthy, but it's not necessarily for the lengthy boost. It's for the massive strength boost that I need on this Paul Pogba card, plus 27 strength. Like, yeah, Pogba's already lengthy, or would be already lengthy if I put him into another evolution. It only boosts his overall on his physical to 85, but like that is a huge, huge, huge boost to the strength stat, and the dribbling stat is going up to 91 in agility there, which is not bad. But specifically the strength stat is what I need for that Pogba, and he doesn't get boosted in terms of overall, so I can keep leveling him up through other Evos. This Evo would be really good for a card like Pfeiffer, for Thierry Henry, Gareth Bale. Those cards can be lengthy because of their height. Just click around in your club and look at it in that regard, because not just trying to push the meta here, but just trying to realize what EA is literally telling us to do with this Evo. You know, creating a player that is lengthy can give you one of the most fast and meta types of players in this game. I do just wish that this SBC was like 2 or 3 times repeatable. It's also extremely cheap. We've kind of skipped over that. It is only 27,000 coins to get done. So that was a super nice one. Hey, we love when the SBC Evos come back around, and it's nice that EA have done that once again. Now, other things that we got to talk about today. It was a pretty quiet news day around the FC world. Not a whole lot of leaks. Of course, we're still kind of waiting some information about the Phenoms promo that will be incoming on Friday, but even that feels like a little too far into the future to really be worrying about. It's just the World Cup right now, and it's a little bit of information from EA themselves about the token store. Now, yesterday, or actually now 2 days ago, Nepenthes tweeted out to Ash, one of the producers that's been on the EA podcast and interviews recently, that has been very vocal in the community. And Nepenthes asked him about the Festival of Football tokens transitioning over to footies in this next season, which starts on Thursday. And he responded, this is Ash, saying, hey, we should be able to get some clearer details on Monday. That's today. So what we're expecting is a pitch notes or some sort of formal EA communication that will be telling us how exactly this token system is going to work. Because right now there's 2 trains of thought. The first way that I understood this to be was your Festival of Football green tokens that are up here that we've been collecting for the past 5 weeks will not go away. They will just morph into footies tokens, and the footies tokens that we get will just add on top of that. We'll still have a store here where we can turn in the Festival of Football tokens, which just also end up being footies tokens. They just are tokens, right? Not champs tokens, but their own tokens. So that's one way. The other way that people see this going down is the Festival of Football token store staying here, us getting no more of those tokens, but then another footies token store coming out with separate footies tokens. That's really interesting to me because, like, how is EA going to fit another currency up here in the top if we're going to have footies tokens alongside of Festival of Football tokens? That's why I think the tokens are just going to roll over, and the Festival of Football tokens with the little green symbol here are just going to turn into a pink symbol and be footies tokens. That's my guess, but we will learn it today. And of course, we'll be talking about that tomorrow as we do get that information. And as it goes live today on Twitter, I'll probably try to be posting some of that too, because I'm very, very curious. I've got a lot of tokens left. I want to know, is there any reason for me to try to save a few of those tokens, or is it not worth it at all? And I should just be spending those right now in the token store. Now, the other thing that we have to talk about is FC27. I know it's a long ways away, but it's actually not, because we're going to get more and more FC27 leaks. Yesterday, we talked about the card design, which has not been confirmed to be official yet, but it's pretty possible that it is. And yesterday, we had more news also about heroes being upgraded to icons in FC27. This is really intriguing. There seems to be a huge push, even before we get into the true FC27 news, there seems to be a huge push on these Hall of Fame cards, which is kind of bringing back FIFA Legends of old as their own different type of card type, right? You have icons, heroes, FIFA Legends, or Hall of Fame cards. But now we've got heroes being upgraded to icons. Lucio, Yaya Toure, and Maicon are being tested as icons. And as they say here, testing does not guarantee, but it strongly suggests that these cards could become icons. There just seems to be a huge emphasis this year into FC27 on icons, heroes, and these Hall of Fame players. And it's very, very interesting to me. So we'll watch out for that EA communication today, and then got to keep watching out for FC27 leaks, because we're getting to that part of the month of July where we're not even probably more than 2 weeks away from our first actual trailer of FC27. Sounds crazy, but it is true. Now, let's take a look at today's content on Monday. What are we going to be expecting today? I already mentioned star performers because, guys, it has been a few days now since the round of 32 has ended, and I think it's been either 2 or 3 days after each round or match day of the tournament ends that we get another set of star performers. From the round of 32, a couple of names that really stand out will be Harry Kane for me with his 2 goals in their round of 32 game. Oyarzabal for Spain with his goals. Cabral, the Cape Verde left back or right back that hit probably the goal of the tournament, the absolute screamer finesse shot that I saw and then tweeted, you can't even hit that on FC or FIFA because it was such an insane finesse shot. There's a lot of names that could be released as star performers. So these haven't really been leaked too much recently. Like the last squad of players that we got just dropped in game. There were no leaks. So that might happen again. I think today or tomorrow would be the highest chance of that happening. So be on the lookout. Now, other things we look for on Monday content would be a gauntlet. But today we don't have a new gauntlet. We have a gauntlet that is expiring. So if you have not finished Festival of Football Gauntlet number 2, make sure you try to finish those games out today because there are some really, really good rewards in there. It doesn't look like we're getting any new tournaments. We have Knockout 1. We have Knockout 2. I don't think there's anything else that is coming out this week in terms of live events, which is nice with the tournament already being there. That is just fine. Now, then let's turn our attention to SBCs because we have a lot of SBCs left that have been leaked that haven't been released yet. Of course, we're talking about the Voltamata. We're talking about the Swarlot. We're talking about the Podolski End of an Arrow. Where is that SBC, bro? Every day I'm looking for this SBC content and it's not there. That's a card that I would absolutely love to use. You know, Game Changer Plus, maybe not the best, but the stats look good. It looks very fun. If he's 5-star, 5-star, it'll be sick. So one of those is probably going to be coming today on Monday. Other than that, you know what? Maybe new player picks in here, like the 81 plus 5 of 10 and the 82 plus 1 of 5 picks that I really have not been doing too many of. Those are going away today, so probably something replaces those. And then also, hey, we're just talking about chain evos. I wouldn't expect on a Monday like anything super crazy for evolutions. Maybe some sort of chain evolution like we had yesterday in SBCs, to be completely honest, or some of what we've had before, like, you know, even this Atlantic Miracle does give a pretty good boost. That's the goalkeeper evo, right? But some of these other evos gives a +1 or no additional rating boost at all. Those are the best ones that don't give an additional ratings boost. But something like that could be a part of today's content. I don't expect it to be a really mad day, if we're being honest. Mondays are usually not. But I think what's going to be the most interesting thing of the day today is that EA communication and what we will be getting for our tokens. That'll also kind of give us an idea of whether or not is it really worth grinding tokens through the rest of this week. Like myself included, I have not hit my 1,000 tokens or anywhere near that yet. I'm actually still pretty far behind. Now, yesterday we had the most ridiculous luck on a video ever, so I wanted to just roll through a couple of packs here really fast. I also wanted to mention the market. I know we talked about trading with those cards that are performing well in the World Cup. Guys, I bought 2 Frankie de Jongs yesterday. Of course, they're not in the World Cup anymore, but that's a card that is still moving on the market. This Frankie de Jong card is just a good example of how we've been trading for the longest time in this game, but how you can continue to trade to make coins. I bought 2 Frankie de Jongs at 1.34, 1.35, because I was looking at his graph yesterday, noticed that he was usually 1.4 to 1.5, had spikes up to 1.6. He was 1.3 135. And I was like, hold up, wait a minute, that's super duper cheap. And he actually just had a rarity spike up to like 1.7 mil. And I didn't time the listings right because there was one that sold at 1.9, another one that sold at 1.6. So your boy messed up not listing correctly, or else I could have gotten a really big sale there. But I still have two of mine for 135. Hopefully we'll be selling him for like 1.6 million coins and making some good money. But again, I say that because prices on the market are moving pretty good. I would be very careful to trade with the Glory Hunter Team 1 cards, or sorry, the Team 2 cards, but it looks like their prices have kind of leveled out. Like, you know, I'm seeing Rafinha here at 1.1 million coins. If you look at his graph for yesterday on Sunday, he started day at 1.15, spiked at 1 point up to 1.3, but was kind of between a 1 mil and 1.1 mil. Like, I think these cards are, again, safer now to buy and to put into your team into Evo. But I would say once again that we need to have a little bit of caution because there's almost a guarantee that in the next couple of days, EA is going to drop that tradable store pack once again, and that is going to cook prices on the market. They dropped it last week on Wednesday. So if you have any tradable Glory Hunter Team 2 cards that you're interested in buying, or ones that you've already evoed, but you're looking to sell them before they tank in price even further, I would probably do that late tonight or tomorrow just to be safe based on what happened last week on Wednesday. There's no way I'm seeing a promo card on the video today. There's absolutely no way. With what we packed yesterday, that's Salah, that's Semenyo. Sheesh. By the way, actually, let me go show you the Salah. Last thing, last pack, then I'll show you Salah. Yeah, no promos. Not surprised. I built a specific Salah. Some people will be like, Nate, this is a terrible looking card. Why in the world did you do this? This is not what Salah should be boosted like. But I went for a specific center attacking mid build because I swapped my squad formation to one of the non-meta formations. We've got a Salah here with Tiki, Finesse, Incisive, and Quickstep. He is playing center attacking mid, which is why I gave him the Inventive. I gave him the Low Driven, the Game Changer, Power Shots for Vibes. Could have given him Trickster, Press Proven, went for the Power Shot. Also gave him Technical, Rapid, and the First Touch. So he's going to be a great center attacking mid here beside Messi. And then Rodri is going to have to be fending for himself in the midfield. I am so bummed that Brazil lost for the fact that my Vinny Jr. is no longer going to get upgrades. That's a bummer, I'll be honest. Vinny Jr.'s card has absolutely gotten destroyed. He was down here at 3.6 mil. That was the absolute lowest he got to, 3.8. But again, that was a card that yesterday was 6+ million coins. He'll probably rebound back a little bit, but 3 mil for this still feels a little pricey for me. I wonder if he'll drop a little bit more today in the early hours and then bottom out and rise up after that. We'll have to see. So that's the video for me today, guys. A little bit of a shorter one. Let's open one more pack for the boys. One more pack, because after that pack like yesterday, I can't imagine that I'm going to top anything or even get a promo card. But like, it's seeing that tunnel and seeing the fact that it was Salah and that big surprise that just makes me keep wanting to come back. So hopefully EA add some more star performer cards to packs today, and hopefully we get ourselves some big news about the tokens. But that's the video for me. If you did enjoy, drop a thumbs up on it. Comment down below if you have any questions. And of course, subscribe if you are new. It's been Nate, TheFutAccountant. Enjoy the World Cup today. Peace out.